That's what we do.
Why does this metal become molten?
Metals are great conductors because they contain a sea of electrons that are free to move.
These electrons flow against the background of the atoms that make up the metal, and sometimes the electrons bash into these atoms.
This causes them to lose some of their kinetic energy, but that energy isn't lost, rather it's transferred into heat. This means that the object heats up very quickly, making the object melt.
Madness. I think you're absolutely mad if you're going to do this. But it is quite an achievement to get 2,000 amps or so from a plug socket.
Wait, hold on a second. All this power from a wall socket? How's that even possible?
In order to produce 1,000 amps of current from a wall socket that typically produces about 13 amps of current, they need to amplify that. And they do so by using a toroidal transformer.
This is a donut-shaped piece of iron, which has a thinner cable wrapped around it 80 times and a thicker cable wrapped around it 3 times. The alternating electric current from the domestic supply travels through the thinner cable and sets up an alternating magnetic field in the iron core. This, in turn, induces an alternating electrical current in the thicker cable. This means that the voltage is transformed down to about 2 volts. This also means that the available current can go up to about 1,000 amps.
But with these temperatures getting hotter than that of lava, do not try this at home.
Some people say you're mad, but at the end of the day, it's science and it's all good.
Outfit.
I'd look great in this.
You could literally have spray-on jeans.
How's Nikita creating clothes from a spray can?
Nikita is sprayed down with a special liquid rubber called ethylene propylene diene monomer, or EPDM for short.
EPDM contains 3 chemicals, ethylene, propylene, and diene, and these are stored with hydrocarbons, which keeps them as a liquid inside the can.
However, these 3 chemicals won't combine to form rubber on their own. They'd just be sprayed onto Nikita as a soup of molecules and they'd run straight off him.
So an extra chemical is added called a crosslinker. When this is exposed to oxygen, it starts a chain reaction, joining the small molecules together to form long chains and cross-linking the chains together. And this turns it from a liquid into the rubber shirt that you can see wrapped around Nikita. The shirt is so strong that he's even able to peel it off in one piece.
I don't think spray-on underwear would be a good idea.
Ow! To see one do this.
Hummingbird, more like snoring bird.
This little snorer is being filmed by researchers in Peru. And it's left over 3 million people, and Karen saying,
So cute.
First rule of biology, everything sleeping is cute.
You're not wrong, Adam. Why is this tiny bird making such squeaky snores?
Hummingbirds have massive energy requirements. If a hummingbird hasn't eaten enough food during the day, to cover its energy requirements at night, it has to drastically reduce its metabolic needs. This state is called torpor,
which is a low-energy state where it uses 50 times less energy than it needs when it's awake.
This little hummingbird is slowly waking up from torpor, and she needs to raise her body temperature back up to normal.
But to do this, she has to burn her energy reserves by breathing more oxygen. So she gapes her bill to take in as much oxygen as possible.
And a side effect of all of this air rushing in and out of her body is a cute little whistling sound. I love this clip.
Beach in Massachusetts. Ocean waves are frozen.
Looks like Antarctica right now. Who wants to go swimming?
This is Massachusetts?
Nah, the ocean doesn't freeze like that.
Oh yeah, it does, Matt. 3.5 million people have seen Cape Cod.
This is crazy.
Turn into Cape Cold. Why is the Atlantic Ocean turning to ice?
Salt water and fresh water freeze in the same way. The water molecules arrange themselves together into a regular lattice that forms ice.
However, in seawater, the salt gets in the way of the water molecules forming a regular lattice. This lowers the freezing point by a couple degrees, from 32 to 28 degrees Fahrenheit, or 0 degrees Celsius to -2 degrees Celsius.
The reason that seawater still doesn't normally freeze at -2 degrees Celsius is because it's constantly moving. This means that it's got extra energy that has to be removed before it can freeze. This all means that it takes a very low air temperature to drop the water temperature enough that it can start to freeze.
In this video, temperatures reach as low